Hi friends, this is Bernadette, Miss B from the Brand-New 100 Library. Glad to have you with us today for our 4 o'clock fairy tales. Today we're going to be starting with a very short tale, one that's incredibly old, but really short. It's only 2 pages long. This is considered a fable, a short story. This one is a famous one by the writer named Aesop. This is called The Hare and the Tortoise. There's only 2 animals in this picture, a hare and a tortoise. So you can tell these are other words for animals that you already know. This is the hare, or a rabbit. This is a tortoise, which is a turtle who lives on land. This is the story of the hare and the tortoise. A hare was making fun of the tortoise one day for being so slow. Do you ever get anywhere? He asked with a mocking laugh. Yes, replied the tortoise, and I get there sooner than you think. I'll run you a race and prove it. The hare was much amused at the idea of running a race with the tortoise, but for the fun of the thing he agreed. So the fox, who had consented to act as the judge, marked off the distance and started the runners off. The hare was soon out of sight, and to make the tortoise feel very deeply how ridiculous it was for him to try to race with the hare, he lay down beside the course to take a nap until the tortoise should catch up. The tortoise, meanwhile, kept going, slowly but steadily, and after a time passed the place where the hare was sleeping. But the hare slept on very peacefully. When at last he did wake up, the tortoise was near the goal. The hare now ran his swiftest, but he could not overtake the tortoise in time. That means that the tortoise won the race. And the moral of the story is the race is not always to the swift, which means it's not always the fastest one who wins. Slow and steady wins the race. So I have over here a hare, or a rabbit, and a tortoise, a turtle. We're going to do a little song about them. But I was hoping, there we go. I was hoping, since you're not with me right now, you could make your own tortoise and hare using American Sign Language. First, we're going to ask you to make a tortoise or a turtle by making a fist and covering it up. And you have like a little head coming out and a shell over top. Just like this. The shell and the little head. Can you try this? Excellent. I bet Claire's going to try making her little tortoise right now. Then you can help me and you can try to make the rabbit or the hare. Notice what's long on top of the rabbit's head? Yep, the ears. So we're going to use our fingers to be like the rabbit's ears, like this, and cross them on top of each other, like that. So it's like rabbit's ears. We're going to crisscross them like this. All right, so we're going to give this song a try with you making the signs for the turtle and the rabbit. Turtle, turtle, move so slow, crawling, crawling, watch him go. At the pond he looks around, see his head move up and down. Turtle, turtle wants to swim, now he slides and dives right in. Yep. Now we'll use the rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit, runs so fast, just a blur as she flies past. At the pond she barely slows, doesn't watch the water flow. Rabbit, rabbit, home again, cannot tell you where she's been. It's like a fast rabbit. Now we're going to put both of them together. Rabbit, turtle, both passed by the sparkling pond with water high. Turtle swam and dove and play, enjoyed a fresh, relaxing Rabbit rushed to finish her list, never knows the fun she missed. Excellent job. All right, and we're going to share one more story today. This is The Tortoise or the Hare by Toni Morrison and Slade Morrison, illustrated by Joe Cepeda. Jimmy Hare couldn't help himself. He ran faster than anybody, everybody, everywhere. No one, not anyone, anywhere could beat him. He didn't know why his legs were made that way or why his muscles were so powerful, but that's the way he was. Everyone in the neighborhood avoided him because he always won. They said he was no fun. They called him show off, stuck up, too rough, too soft, stupid know-it-all, so slick, too quick, a trick, a trick. So Jimmy ran alone. Now, Jamie, Tortoise, that's the turtle, couldn't help himself. He was smarter than everybody. Anybody, everybody, everywhere. Nobody anywhere could outthink him. He didn't know why his mind was so fast or his intelligence so high. Everyone in the neighborhood avoided him because he was so smart. They said he had no heart. They called him stuck up, show off, too rough, too soft, stupid know-it-all, selfish, do-it-all, so slick, too quick, a trick, a trick. So Jamie studied alone. One day, the newspaper announced a contest. The winner of the race would receive a golden crown. Jimmy Hare and Jamie Tortoise both signed up. Jimmy practiced. Jamie planned. Jimmy exercised. Jamie strategized. He thought out all the ways he could win. Jamie knew he was too slow to beat Jimmy, so he called the newspaper and offered them an interview. When he spoke to the reporter, he said, "I know race means fast and win means first. But what story pleases your readers the most? The winner who loses or the loser who wins?" "Oh," said the reporter, jumping up and down, "they are both wonderful stories. The loser who wins will make us all happy. But for overall satisfaction, it's when the winner loses." "I see," said Jamie. "I know what you mean." Jimmy also called the newspaper and sat down with the same reporter. "I know race means fast and win means first, but what gets the most attention, the largest crowds or the largest, loudest cheers?" "Oh, they're both important," she said, jumping up and down. "Loud cheers excite all of us, but for overall satisfaction, it's the largest crowd." "I see," said Jimmy. "I know what you mean." At dawn on the day of the race, crowds lined the streets. And just as the reporter said, the large crowd got so much attention. Signs and banners were waving from the windows and balconies, some cheering, some jeering. Boo! Then the starting flag dropped. Jimmy began to run and entertain the crowd with leaps and somersaults and glorious stunts, while Jamie crept slowly to the bus stop. All day, Jamie Tortoise went from bus to train to boat to plane. All day, Jimmy Hare danced and round, invented new stunts to please the crowd. At last, the sun set. The photographer and the reporter waited at the finish line. Jimmy Hare arrived first. Jamie Tortoise arrived second. Since the reporters knew the story of the tortoise and the hare, she expected Jamie Tortoise to win. The next day, there was a double headline in the newspaper. "Winner loses, loser wins." Winner loses, loser wins. "I won the race," said Jimmy, "and I have the crown to prove it." "I won the race," said Jamie. "I have the headline to prove it." It's not the race, it's not who wins, it's when the runners become good friends. The end. And that was The Tortoise or the Hare by Toni Morrison and Slade Morrison, and it's published by Simon & Schuster, Books for Kids. So we want to say thank you for joining us today for our touch of stories, our folk tales, fairy tales, and fables today. Remember, when you want to talk about this story again, you can do your signs for turtle with the shell on top, and you can do your signs for rabbit, like the rabbit's floppy ears. And that's all for today. We'll see you next time for 4 o'clock fairy tales. Thanks.